Welcome to the Seeker program. Let's just get started. The ultimate goal, really, of the Seeker program is to help people reach their potential and to find the right job. There's a kind of like a transformational aspect to this program because we're really going to be transforming people's lives. You're going to be guiding high-paying job seekers to reach their potential. Our job is really to get the people in the right job in the right environment. The average person on LinkedIn earns over $100,000, and a lot of them are open to finding the right job in the right company. A lot of job seekers just don't know how to get this done. Most people follow the same tired strategies that stop working for years. Let me just give you like a fitness example. We all know that you're not going to achieve your health and fitness goals by just sitting around and eating junk food. It's the same for your job and the business. It's unlikely that someone will knock on your door and then offer you a high-paying job just like that. It's just not going to happen. But when we do a little digging and observe fit people, you'll begin to recognize that actually the majority of these people have smart eating habits. They exercise regularly and keep a positive outlook when it comes to life and just their own health. If you, for example, decided to make a goal to lose 15 pounds and do a 5K run, where would you start? You might do some online research. You might tell your friends and co-workers about your goal. You join a gym. You hire a trainer. You'll start to consciously eat the right foods. It won't be easy at the start, but because you have a compelling goal for yourself and you know the benefits of losing 15 pounds, you know how it's going to make you feel, you're more committed to that plan because of that. This plan and the steps to reach those goals will take time, resources, and a lot of times it will take money. For the job seeker, finding that dream job or dream company, it should be like that commitment to lose the 15 pounds. So why don't most people treat their careers in the same way? They spend more time there daily than with their families. Yet the commitment in finding the right job and the right work environment is not the same. It doesn't have that same consistency and commitment as someone determined to lose weight. As with fitness or weight loss, in order to make a real career change, you have to start having a tangible goal. Now, for most people, life goes something like this. You're born, you study, you eventually end up in the workplace. This could be a big corporation or it could be for a small firm. What tends to happen next is the true focus on the Seeker program. I have a little story about my friend. When I tell this story, think about anyone you know that this applies to. I have a friend whose life has really become stale. Work's become repetitive and mundane. Even his relationships become a bit routine. However, everything used to be exciting. At the start of his career, he was excited. He met new people, made friends, new things, often really appreciated. But after a short while, he noticed something peculiar. He wasn't quite sure what it was. He couldn't quite describe it. But after a while, after a few years, he noticed his motivation dropped. He looked forward to just going home from work. On Sunday evenings, though, he started to experience that sick feeling you get, before you go to work on Monday. He was beginning to really hate his job. Even though it was exciting at the start, now he just wanted to get out. But here's the thing. It wasn't just his work. His entire life had become mundane. Work sucked. Out of work time sucked as well. He was never like this previously. He was actually a happy guy that was challenged, loved life, and couldn't wait to see what happened next. Overall, he was worried about his general condition now. He was wondering whether he was depressed. Now, I shared this story because I know we either know this friend or we are this friend. Or we have a friend that knows this friend. This story impacts millions in the workplace today. According to Gallup, 70% of all workers are disengaged from their jobs. That's 70%, guys, yeah? And that's costing about $550 billion each year in productivity. In today's workplace, the jobs are just not creating that fulfillment you once imagined for your life. I just told you that story just to make sure you understand that a lot of people are in this same situation in the workplace, and it is up to us really to change that for them. So now let's look at some of the reasons why people want to change their careers. When we understand the reasons, then we can find a solution to be able to help people towards their dream jobs. So reasons for change are, some of it, is quite obvious: money, career burnout, boredom, poor job outlook, stress, technology, and personal situations. So let's just look at each one very quickly. So burnout, career burnout is definitely one of the most dangerous conditions for people to change, for people to want to change their jobs. This is when people have to drag themselves to work every single day. There are millions of people in this situation, guys. They earn fantastic money, but their job is just a drag. They just hate their job. This is when people only live for the weekends. By Sunday, they have that sick feeling you get before going to work on Monday, just like we talked about in the story. Now, career burnout is a bit different from hating your job or hating your boss. In these cases, the strain can become too much, which actually affects people's mental and physical health and general well-being. Then you have, boredom. People are just bored. Many people start their careers that they like, they actually love, they're actually passionate about, but somehow, somewhere along the lines, as they mature, as they evolve, they realize that work no longer interests them. Sometimes it's just as simple as that. On many occasions, the job outlook in their field just got worse. This happens more often these days. Prospects that were good sort of 5 years ago doesn't look so rosy today. Certain jobs have become stressful. Some occupations just bring a lot of stress to individuals. And then you have, changes in technology. Sometimes a whole career vanishes because of new technology. Entire careers disappear as technology changes often forces workers to make decisions about a career change. And then you have personal situations. Some people change careers because of a major event in their personal lives, getting married, having children. Obviously, the big one is money. A lot of people just don't earn enough money. They're not valued in their current work. Some of them are earning enough money, what we consider enough money, but they can earn a lot better. Okay, so money is a major factor for career change. And finally, some people change careers because they want to do something meaningful in their lives. A lot of people earn a lot of money in banking, for example. They get burnt out and they just want to do something else more meaningful. So they got the money, but they just don't know how to go about it. So you've just been given reasons people want to change their careers and the reason they look for a new job. You've also learned that to be able to change careers, the job seeker really needs to be committed to that change. There needs to be a plan, an action step that needs to be taken. What I want you guys to do now is basically take out your notepad and jot down other reasons why people look for a new job or look to change their careers. Ask yourself, why did you change your career? Have you changed your career? So just try to, understand that. Sometimes just go back to the video, understand the reasons why people are changing jobs, because you will have conversations with a job seeker at some point. And knowing these reasons actually helps, because when you're discussing these things, you will remind them why they will actually need to change careers. So let's just continue anyway. I've got some stats done by Aldi. They surveyed 1,000 people. They examined the reasons people were sort of leaving their positions. Over 30% was a lack of a pay rise, and over 30% was poor morale, which was what we related to in our story. They were asked, is your current job something you trained to do? And as you can see, most people didn't even train for the job they were doing. Now, if you haven't trained for your job, it means you're a square peg in a round hole. And a lot of us were in a square peg in a round hole when it comes to doing our jobs. For many job seekers, their careers has been basically a series of random twists and turns, rather than something they actually, consciously pursued. My first job, I didn't consciously pursue my job. It was like a graduate scheme, and I just got offered a job, and I was glad to get one. And I was in a square peg in a round hole. So to find a future career that you're happy in, the extent of changes people are willing to make really varies. As you can see, while almost half the people said they were willing to study at home, less than a third will be willing to go back to university, and even fewer were ready to go back to school. Now, this is a big indication that people are willing to invest in themselves, to get to where they want to be. They're willing to invest and sacrifice their time to get to that dream job. Okay, that's what this for me indicates. Now, some of the reasons for career change may even have health implications on the individuals. Today, workers are both overworked and overwhelmed. Health problems cause so many types of job stress like hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, lead to fatal conditions that kill about 120,000 people each year in the US, making it more deadly than diabetes and influenza. And this is costing companies about $180 billion each year in healthcare expenses. So we're aware that the job seeker faces many challenges in today's competitive environment. Even high salaried and high paying freelancers workers need help in finding the right positions. I've shown you stats that reveal the true extent of the issues facing job seekers. There are many reasons for changing careers, but having the wrong career does affect a lot of people's health. For that reason alone, changing the environment with which we work should be the number one priority. Someone once said, go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. If they can't see the real value in you, it's time for a new start. This is so true for many job seekers. And as a seeker consultant, you're about to change all that for a job seeker. The Seeker program will show you how to guide and differentiate the job seeker from its competition. It will show you how to get high-paying job seekers to pay you, paying you to transform their lives. You want to take them from A to Z, and you're going to do it in the right way. So I'll see you on the next video.